Have you ever signed up for something that sounded so amazing, only to realize halfway through that, oh, this is not what I thought I signed up for? You try to stay positive, you try to stay professional, you try to act emotionally mature. However, inside you're just screaming. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Mona, and I help highly stressed people find their inner peace. Well, once upon a time, last fall, I signed up for a program that taught me one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn about expectations, disappointment, and Crunchberries. Yes, Crunchberries. Stick with me, you'll find out. So, early last fall, I signed up for a professional program that was genuinely exciting to me. And I invested time, I invested money, energy, and hope. But I thought this program was going to stretch me professionally, connect me with inspiring people, and help me grow in a very specific direction. And technically it did, but not in the way that I had expected. The best way I can explain it is like this. Imagine you've been craving Captain Crunch's Crunchberries cereal, not the regular Captain Crunch. You wanted the full childhood experience with the colorful berries. So you buy the box, you get home, you pour yourself a great big bowl of, what? No Crunchberries? It's just the regular Captain Crunch. Now listen, regular Captain Crunch is just fine, but that's not what you were emotionally prepared for. And somehow that disappointment hit a nerve way deeper than it really should have. That's kind of what this experience was like for me. The name of the program and the reality of the program were mismatched, and I struggle with that. Because when we feel disappointed, especially after investing emotionally into something, our brain interprets it almost like a threat. This is where neuroscience gets interesting. Your brain loves prediction. It constantly tries to answer, what's going to happen next? Or is this safe? And when reality doesn't match the expectation we created, the brain experiences what psychologists call prediction error. And emotionally, that can trigger frustration, resentment, anger, and so much more. Which explains why I've had moments during this experience where I've had to work very hard to remain professional. But here's an interesting thing. When I sat down and really reflected on what I originally wanted from this experience, I realized something important. I still received those things I was looking for, it just came in a different package. And I think this is one of the hardest emotional intelligence skills to develop. The ability to separate the idea that this isn't what I imagined from this has no value. Because they're not the same thing. Positive psychology talks a lot about cognitive reframing. We ask, what else could also be true here? Maybe this wasn't the exact experience I wanted, but it still gave me something meaningful. Sometimes, unfortunately, the disappointment is the lesson. I personally learned that grace under pressure is a form of emotional maturity. I've also learned the following lessons. 1, you can acknowledge disappointment without becoming bitter. 2, you can recognize unmet expectations without destroying relationships. And 3, you can outgrow an experience while still appreciating parts of it. So the moral of this story is, sometimes life hands you regular Captain Crunch when you were expecting Crunchberries. And while that's mildly devastating, you still have a choice. You can spend the entire experience angry about what was missing, or you can nourish yourself with what's still there. I believe that if the program had been named appropriately, I would have had a much different feeling about it. And maybe it would have been really satisfying. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to book a call with me, look for the link in the description box below. Until next time, I wish you peace, love, happiness, and Crunchberries.